Are you considering adopting a dog from a rescue? There are many rescues with questionable ethics that can impact the dog's quality of life. Let's take a minute to look over 10 signs that a rescue may not be in it for the welfare of the dogs. Let's dig in. Are the kennel and run areas cleaned and disinfected regularly for the dogs? Do they receive proper grooming and veterinary care? Are new intakes quarantined from the main living area to prevent spread of disease and parasites? If the answer is no or unclear, you'll very likely be adopting a sickly dog that could possibly infect you, your family, or other pets. Does the rescue conduct proper screenings of potential adopters, including applications and home checks? Do they offer a trial period, also known as foster to adopt? Do they give support through resources such as a list of trusted pet professionals like trainers, daycare facilities, and groomers? Do they give you the option to return the dog? If not, be wary. Doing these things makes sure that the dog goes to the best matched home possible and stays there by using the provided resources. It also covers the fact that if things don't work out, the dog will have a place to go. Full disclosure of a dog's health and behavioral history is crucial to a permanent and well-made match. Avoid organizations that withhold information, rush the adoption process, or use pushy emotional blackmail. Do not accept "we don't know" as an answer. An ethical rescue provides a full medical and behavioral workup before ever putting a dog up for adoption. Dogs need mental and physical stimulation, including toys, playtime, and walks. Bare kennels with no activities can lead to stress and long-term behavioral issues. Case-by-case assessments are preferable to blanket adoption requirements. Some criteria, like prior breed experience or a fenced-in yard, may not accurately reflect a suitable home. An example would be a potential adopter with a fenced yard may leave the dog outside 24/7, while another in an apartment may live within walking distance of parks, nature trails, and be willing to do sports or other activities with the dog. Facilities must comply with legal requirements, including stray holds and vaccinations. This can vary by state, however, most have laws regarding possession of stolen property and have vaccination requirements. This also includes times when an ethical breeder has a dog that ends up in rescue through unforeseen circumstances. Ethical breeders have a legally binding contract that includes first right of refusal. This means that if for any reason the buyer can't keep the dog goes back to the breeder. Some rescues have refused to return a dog simply because they're a breeder. In refusing to do so, the rescue can be sued for violating the terms of the contract, losing valuable resources. They're also wasting space for dogs in need by holding a dog that already has a home. Be cautious of emotionally manipulative adoption ads. These can easily be over-dramatized to stir up sympathy and donations. Dogs don't know that they've been abandoned, that it's almost the holiday season, they're days away from euthanasia, or anything else of the nature. It's also important to note that just because a dog is scared doesn't mean it was abused. Fear can have several contributing factors such as novelty, genetics, and lack of overall confidence. Shaming owners who surrender pets is highly inappropriate. Life can change without notice for anyone. The loss of a job, health problems, becoming the sole caretaker of an ailing loved one, fleeing domestic violence, or other situations can lead people to make possibly one of the hardest choices of their lives. Even if you don't agree with the reason, keep in mind shaming someone for surrendering to a shelter could lead to more animals being dumped in order to avoid that very criticism. Rescues should prioritize pet retention, offering resources like pet food banks, resources to cover unexpected veterinary bills, or other circumstances. Avoid rescues requiring deposits for meeting dogs or for adoption consideration. Such requests may indicate a potential scam. The only fee you should be paying is the adoption fee. Ethical rescues provide post-adoption support through partnerships with professionals. This can be something like a list of recommended veterinarians, trainers, groomers, daycare and boarding facilities, and other important resources. Before adopting, research the facility by checking reviews, their social media platforms, and local word of mouth. Be informed and avoid getting conned by watching my video on puppy scams. For guidance on choosing a responsible rescue, you can watch 10 Signs of an Ethical Rescue. Until next time, stay curious and keep digging.